Okay, this is a Chapter 1 review for Chapter 1 test. Number 1, the directions are to write a numerical expression for each verbal phrase. The first one is the sum of 9 and 5. The sum is addition, so the answer to that is just 9 plus 5. No equal sign. When we're writing numerical expressions or any expressions, there's no equal. We're not solving it. Once again, 9 plus 5. Number 2, 8 groups of 4. Well, you got 8 groups, multiplying it by 4. Okay, it's a multiplication problem, so 8 times 4 on that one. Number 3, 21 minus 6. Okay, taking 21, subtracting 6 from it. The order matters there, so it's 21 minus 6, not 6 minus 21. You're not taking 21 from 6, you're taking 6 from 21. Number 4, $9 among 3 friends. Okay, so those dollars are being divided up, so 9 divided by 3. Okay, and once again, be careful of the order on that problem. You got to get the order correct. 9 divided by 3 is much different than 3 divided by 9. So the correct answer, once again, was 9 divided by 3. Okay, numbers 5 through 8 are evaluate each expression. This is using the order of operations. So if we take a look at number 5 up here, okay, I got to move my, okay, let me get it up here. Okay, here is question number 5 right here. On this problem, we have to divide before we add. Okay, so I work from left to right, just like we read words out of a book. 16 divided by 4 is 4, okay, and 18 divided by 2 is 9. Okay, so now we go back to the beginning and we can do our addition. 4 plus 9 equals 13, and that's our answer on that problem. Okay, here is number 6 off of the practice test. Certainly a little bit more challenging problem. We got a lot going on this one. We got brackets and parentheses. The order of operations tells us to take care of the parentheses that are innermost, further in first. So we have to do this first right here. So 14 minus 8 is 6. Okay, we still have this other stuff, and I really encourage students to write it down, write it in. I've only performed one operation here so far, that's 14 minus 8. Okay, now I still have to do what's inside my brackets, and I have to follow order of operations. I have addition in here and division in here. I need to do my division first. Okay, 6 divided by 3, okay, is 2. So now I have this. All right. Now I still have to do my parentheses before I can worry about this 6 that's out here. Okay, so 5 plus 2 is 7. All right, and now there's no operation sign between 6 and 7, so that's multiply. All right, so 6 times 7 is 42, and that would be the answer to that problem. Certainly a very good order of operation problem. Those are the ones that students really need to take their time on. Okay, here's another one. This one I don't think is quite as difficult as this one. We got parentheses, 2 sets of them. That has to be done first. So on this problem, I'm going to do 17 minus 4 first. Okay, and that's going to be 13. I'm going to keep my brackets when I perform that operation. I'm going to keep it here though. Okay, subtraction. I got my 3. I have to do this. 8 plus 4 is 12. All right, so far, that's what I've done. I've taken care of this to get 13, taken care of this to get 12. Now my next step is multiply. This means multiply here. There's no operation sign between a 10 and a 13, it's multiply. This means multiply as well. So those are the 2 things I need to do next. All right, we're looking at what, 30 here, okay, minus 36. Okay, and you know what I tell students, you know, that's a problem here that you may not want to do in your head. Maybe write it down and carry out the subtraction. Make sure you get that right. Okay, and that problem does come out to 94 if they perform the subtraction correctly. Okay, all right. Let's take a look at another group out of this set. or another problem out of this set. This happens to be number 8 on their practice test. Certainly another pretty challenging problem. We got brackets and parentheses. Just like on a problem a while back, we need to do the parentheses first. So this is multiply, that dot means multiplication. So 24 here. All right, I'm going to keep it by parentheses. I got 2 here, 4 here. Okay, now, you know, I'm going to do this right here, 8 times 6, because I know that has to be done in the next order. But, you know, sometimes it's not a bad idea if students actually write that down. You know, I think sometimes what happens is they get ahead of themselves and as a result make mistakes. So I'm going to go ahead and write it down. Now we go back through, I need to complete the brackets. This is 48, it's multiplied. This is subtraction, I gotta wait to do that last. Okay, this is also 48, okay. Still brackets here, my 4 out here. 48 minus 48, okay, is 0, all right. And now we're multiplying 0 times 4, and that obviously equals 0. Okay, so certainly a challenging problem, but key here, step by step. All right, the next thing that students have to be able to do is they have to translate phrases into algebraic expressions. Now these phrases I don't think are real difficult, but if they, so if they take their time, I think they can get them. 7 more than P, that's number 9 on the practice test. 7 more than P. So I'm going to put my variable P down, and it's 7 more than that. Okay, so that's plus 7. There's the answer. That's an algebraic expression. It's got a algebraic symbol and an operation sign and a number. You know, so 7 plus P. Number 10, 5 less than twice a number. Okay, so we got twice the number. Twicing a number is timesing that number by 2. Okay, so we're going 2 times the number. In this case, they want us to use T as our variable. So twice T, okay, 5 less than that now. So if we're 5 less would be taking 5 from it, subtracting, so minus 5 would be the algebraic expression. Certainly a little more difficult one. Number 11 is W times 13, okay? Well, W is our variable, and we're timesing by 13. Just multiply by 13. Just like that is an appropriate way to put it. Number 12 is the quotient division of 6 and S. Okay, the order matters here. Okay, on this one, it's going to be 6 divided by S. Now the challenging part is getting that order correct. Okay, it's the quotient of 6 and S. So they give us the 6 first. So 6 divided by S is what they're looking for there. All right. Next group, we got to evaluate some expressions. Okay, let me find it over here. Let's see, that's not it there. Okay. Okay, this is not, let's see. Got too many things in here. Okay, here we go. This is number 13, 17 minus B, B plus 3 times C, and B times C divided by 3. These are 13, 14, and 15. Okay, now they give us in the directions what the value for B, C, and D are. Okay, it tells us in the directions that B is 5. Okay, so I'm going to put a little 5 right there. 17 minus 5 is going to be our answer. Okay, and that's going to be 12. Okay, it's that simple. This one here, a little more challenging. B is 5. Okay, C in the directions tells us it's 9. Okay, so there's what we have. Now we got to remember order of operations again. We have to multiply before we add. So we got to do this first. 3 times 9 is 27. Okay, 5 plus 27 is 32 for our answer. All right, and B times C divided by 3. Now, on that problem, and I'm gonna give a clear plate here on this one. B times C divided by 3. Okay, because I like to work these problems going this way. We want to get a single number up here and a single number down here. And then the fraction bar means divide. Okay, so B once again was 5, so I'm going to fill in a 5 here. Okay, and C was 9. All right, here I have a 3. So 5 times 9 is 45. Once again, working this way, I got 45 divided by 3. Okay, and 45 divided by 3 is 15. Okay, so my answer to that problem is 15. Fraction bar means division. 45 would go in the box if it was to be a long division problem. I always tell students, put the first number you read inside the box if you need to perform a long division problem. But that one they probably could do in their head. Okay, number 16. Okay, number 16 looks like this. It's D plus 28. Let's see, minus 2C. All right, so once again, D was 4, we'll put 4 in here, plus 28, minus 2, and C is, once again, is 9. All right, so now I gotta perform order of operations. I got addition, subtraction, and multiplication. Multiplication first, so 18 here. You know, and I really encourage students to go step by step. 7th grade students always want to skip steps, and that kind of leads into problems. Now I work from left to right, just like I read words out of a textbook, left to right. So that's the way I'm solving this problem. 4 plus 28, okay, 32, and 32 minus 18. Okay, 32 minus 18 is 14. All right, and there again, if they have to perform the subtraction, 32 minus 18, I really encourage they set it up, do their borrowing, okay, and get their answer. Not to try to do too much in their head and end up making a mistake, even though they know how to do the problem. Okay, 17 through 20 are the properties of math, you know, the important part to remember about these, I'm going to allow students to use their book to look into the properties. Commutative property is the order, okay, and that's important for them to remember. One thing they got to be careful of, associative property is grouping symbols. Okay, so what students quite often do is they look for grouping symbols, they see grouping symbols, and they put associative property. You got to be careful, because you'll have problems like this sometimes. Okay, and this is one off of this practice test that's not associative, even though it has grouping symbols. It's 9 plus 7 plus 3 equals 3 plus 9 plus 7. Okay, just like this. Now, students see the grouping symbols, automatically they think associative property of addition because it's an addition problem. Wrong. Here's the thing, they have to look at the grouping symbols. What's happening inside the grouping symbols? 9 plus 7 on this side, over here it's just been switched around. That's commutative property, okay? When they look for associative property, there will be different numbers within the groups. Okay, that's a big difference between commutative property and associative property, and students need to look for that. This is commutative property of addition. Okay, 21 through 23, they got to simplify some expressions. I have that on here. Let me find it. That's not it. That's not it. Let's see. This is part of it right here. Okay, this is it. So this was one of the problems that I did earlier. So this problem has been done. Okay, here's the start of it. Okay, you have some grouping. You can simplify this only so far.